evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and I want to first say, welcome summer, finally.
We've been having great weather, too. It's like
and no
perfect.
rain.
No rain.
No rain, unusual in Pittsburgh. So get out there and enjoy the weather, and also come on in and join the Adult Summer Reading Club. So the Adult Summer Reading Club runs from June 5th through July 30th. So you can sign up at the library and then submit an entry for each book that you read or listen to. No magazines, no newspapers. And then for each submission, you will be entered into a weekly drawing for a $25 gift card. And then all entries received by July 30th, are eligible for the grand prize drawing of an Amazon Fire tablet. We always try and do something technology related as a prize. And to inspire your summer reading, check out some of these recommended beach reads.
Beach read is more than strictly a book you read by the ocean. You don't even have to be near the shore to read one. It's less about the setting and more about the feelings you get. Beach reads leave you hanging on to every word. They're the books you just can't put down. The ones that can define the summer in your memories with characters and plot twists you still think about months or even years later. The Collected Regrets of Clover by Mickey Brammer is engrossing initially because her heroine has an unusual and intriguing profession. Clover Brooks is a 36-year-old death doula. Clover lives with the regret of not being with her grandfather when he died. That was 13 years ago, and since then she has shepherded dozens of people through death's door. After her client patients die, she jots down notes on what they shared with her in their final moments, in a series of notebooks marked regrets, advice, and confessions. This weird, lovely, and sweetly satisfying novel is engaging and accessible. There's even a really attractive upper crusty guy that she meets when she is helping his dying grandmother. But Clover's emergence from the loneliness of a shuttered life into one where she is actually living and loving is moving enough to elicit tears from the reader. Brammer turns the normally taboo subject of death into a reason to celebrate life. A Novel Disguised by Samantha Larson. This is first in the Lady Librarian Mystery Series. Miss Tiffany Woodall didn't murder her half-brother, but she did bury him in the backyard so that she could keep her cottage. Now the confirmed spinster assumes his identity as a Duke's librarian, affording her freedom no 18th century woman had, while searching Astwell Palace for her brother's missing diamond pin, the only thing of value that they own. But all is not as it seems at the Duke's estate. The body of a servant is found, along with a collection of stolen items, and someone else grows mysteriously ill. Can Tiffany solve these mysteries without her own disguise being discovered? If not, she'll lose her cottage, and possibly her life. Scotlander by Sheila McClure. Grieving the loss of her best friend Valentina, Willa Jenkins is shocked when she discovers that prior to her death, Valentina booked her for an Outlander-themed vacation at an actual Scottish castle. Though she's not in the mood for a vacation, she decides to go anyway. Well, Willa gets more than she bargained for when she's put to work doing actual, real-life farm work. Not only that, but to get the full experience, she's paired up with the irritating and very sexy Finn, with whom she will pose as fake husband and wife for the next 2 weeks. When she unexpectedly bonds with Finn, a grumpy but kind-hearted man whose family owns the castle, Willa wonders whether the feelings she has for him will survive outside of this destination trip. Role-Playing by Kathy Yardley. After joining an online role-playing guild as a result of a deal with her college-aged son to be more social, older gamer and grumpy Maggie meets Optimus Aiden, and they become close virtual friends. When they finally meet face-to-face, and after a rocky, shocking start, the unlikely pair of sunshine and storms grow tentatively closer, helping each other cope with the loneliness and family troubles both are going through. They say everything is easier online, so can they make it work in real life? These novels go well with sand, sunscreen, and hot afternoons, so stop in the library and pick up one today.
And Miss Elaine will tell you that we have some very exciting projects going on at the library.
A lot of exciting projects happening.
Yes, our self-check kiosks have been installed and they are now live. So they're fun. I used one this morning just to see.
I haven't tried it out yet, but I will
just
make
to
sure I
see
do
how,
that.
yeah, to make sure it works. But if it's very simple, if you've ever used a checkout at a grocery store or, well, of course,
Now, are you one
Walmart.
who likes to do the self-checkout at the grocery
I
store?
love self-checkout. It's a childhood fulfillment of a dream. Like, I always wanted to scan.
I wanted to be a cashier too when I grew up.
I just want.
Pressing the buttons.
I liked. Yes, I liked.
But you don't really get to press the buttons in a self-checkout.
Right.
You sort of do. in the
So I
touchscreen.
do, but if my husband is with me, if Bill's with me, he's like, no, we're going to a real person.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I've certainly used it before, but I do tend to prefer to be checked out by an actual person.
Yeah, it depends on, yes. And that's kind of how we feel this is going to be. There's going to be a population that just does not want to interact. And then you have that option. You can go to self-check kiosk. A lot of people want to talk with our staff. So it's another option, another
Right.
way to provide service to those who maybe in a hurry or you're checking out something maybe you don't want
Sensitive
other people
material.
to see.
Right. So
So
privacy issue. Yeah, I think it's great for that as
Yes.
well. So it's the best of both worlds. It's whatever you prefer. I think it's
And-
great that we have them.
Me too. And we have our patron pickup lockers. They were installed a couple weeks ago, and we had to work out some bugs, but they're finally up and ready. So to use the patron pickup locker, when you are requesting a book, you want to choose. It'll say Bethel Park Pickup Locker as the location rather than Bethel Park Public Library, and then it's a whole behind-the-scenes thing. The stuff comes in and it gets assigned a locker. It will be put in the locker, and then you'll be notified that it's there for pickup. And again, you have 7 days, just
And I
like
think this is so great. If you're super excited to read a book, right, and you just didn't get to the library before we closed at 8, maybe
Right.
you're going for on vacation
Yes.
the next day, and you really wanted to have this book, you could come in the middle of the night if you
middle of
had
the
to,
night,
right,
yes.
and get it from the locker.
And
And we
the-
just had a gentleman who stopped by at the kickoff and was very interested in how these worked. So I told him they would be up and running soon, and I'm glad that they are. And so far, we haven't had any
Yeah.
issues. I had told him, because I really haven't been trained on them, I thought you were going to have to key in like a pin. But you can
have
just
to-
scan
you
your
scan
library
your library
card.
card. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, if you've used like Amazon pickup lockers or Home Depot or Lowe's, they have
I never
pickup
have.
lockers. I have. Now there you do get a code because
Okay.
you don't have a membership card
Right.
like you do here.
Right.
But here, yeah, you just come up to the locker, you will scan your library card, and then it will come up on the screen the items that are being
So
checked
cool.
out to you, and you just you confirm, and the assigned locker just pops open.
Voila.
You get your stuff. Shut the locker, and we're arranging for an email receipt because it doesn't have a printer out there.
Right.
It is there's lights, so if you do happen to come, at midnight or whenever,
Yeah.
when you walk up to it, the lights come on, and there is a camera from the police department that shines right on that area. So we
I
feel
love
that
it.
it will be
Now, are
safe.
we the first library in Allegheny County?
We are
to-
the first library in Allegheny County to have it.
exciting.
Now, Mount Lebanon got theirs later in the same week that we
Okay.
got ours, but theirs are not up and running yet. So we were having a race. I have a friendly, Robin
friendly
Vitek, who's the
competition.
director at Mount Lebanon, and we were having a friendly competition of who was going to be first. So I'm happy to say we were first. Nah. And then one other thing that's going on, very exciting, is we are doing a renovation project where we're going to have an adult program room, very similar to the program room in the Youth Services Department, about the same size, maybe a little longer. But you have that storage in the back of yours too. So
We do, and we have the craft closet and that little kitchenette.
so we're very excited for that because we have so much going on that it's hard to get a room
It's
anymore.
nice to have the additional space, yes.
Yes. So that
And our study rooms are being updated.
our study rooms are being updated. I have to find new couches. Our leather couches have begun to peel because they're
Not really even leather anymore.
leather. So look forward to that. There's going to be some construction, but it will be plasticed off while they're doing that. But expect some noise, and then our goal is to have it ready for the end of the year. So very
stuff.
very excited
Yes.
about that. A few classes and programs that are happening for adults in June. We have Dress for Success mobile services event. on Tuesday, June 13th from 4 to 6 p.m. up in our parking lot. So if you have an upcoming interview or a career fair or a training program, you can come and receive support in selecting business professional clothing, shoes, and accessories, and personal care items from Dress for Success Pittsburgh. And then they'll help you if you need like connections to childcare, any like food resources, or if you're looking for a professional mentor. We do ask that you register so that they prepare the van for what you need. So that's Tuesday, June 13th. And then we have a gut health class on Wednesday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m. This is presented by Dr. Ben Frodden. So you will learn how to promote better energy, reduce the bloat, and improve the aches, all with your gut health.
So this is a big thing. You see a lot of this like on even like social media, just like gut health, and I need to come to this class.
I take probiotics every day
too.
because I have a lot of GI issues. I have an ulcer.
And do you find that taking the probiotic? I take little gummies. Do they help?
Oh, the gummies would help. Yeah, I think they do. I really think they do. And my GI doctor agrees. You know, because they were like, well, what supplements do you take? I'm like, I take a probiotic, and I take a Control Women's, because it also helps with female health.
Yes.
We'll say.
But I think it's interesting overall that it's going to improve your energy as well. So yes, the bloating and any other GI problems that you may be experiencing, but it will make you more
Well, yes. I know.
energetic, and
I'm a typical American. My diet is horrible.
that mine is too.
Yeah, and
anytime that I have cut out, even if it's just for a short time, the carbs, I have felt so much better.
carbs do this
Right?
whole up and down thing. You know, you want to keep more level, I
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah.
And then we have a 3D printing class for adults on Friday, June 23rd at 10:30 a.m. This is with Rob. So you'll use the library's 3D printer. Well, he'll demonstrate how it's used. And the 3D printer can be used to make personalized gifts, replacement parts, or anything creative. Rob, if you come up to the library, Rob
He's
has
printed out a lot of cool things.
A lot of really
yes.
cool things. So you can take this free class and learn how to use this innovation. If you can't make the class above, you can call, and we can do a one-on-one as well. We do ask that you register because we do this in the study room, so we can only take 4 or 5 people. And if you can't make that class or any of our other technology-related classes, you can try our new Niche Academy webpage. So Niche Academy offers professionally done video tutorials on common software like
I need to check it out because I still would like a class on Excel, and I believe that's something that I can take through Niche.
Yes, so they're more introductory, but there are more in depth, and there's different. Like the videos are short. There may be the introduction ones usually like 2 minutes or less, and then they have underneath that
But then there's links, right?
different levels. Yes.
Right.
So like Google Drive, Microsoft Excel. And also social media like Instagram, Facebook, how to do some of those things. And then also a lot of the library resources like Libby, how to use Libby, Hoopla, and then like the Gale databases. So I went in this morning and looked at the introductory video for Ancestry Library, which you have access to, but you have to be in the library. You can search records, but you can't like create a family tree. You need to have a personal account for that. So it's really a really cool resource. We've been talking about making library instructional videos, and now we don't have to. Like we can do our own, and we will
can add to it, but there's so
on
many
certain
there.
things. Yes, and
already.
they're very professionally done. So you can access the Niche Academy from our website. It's in there
there's
2 ways: Niche Academy, and then also it says Lib Guides, like library guides.
Yeah.
So take a look at it because there's some really, really great resources there and links. So that is what's going on over in the adult department.
Okay.
Over to you.
So over to me. And our summer learning program is also underway. And as you know, our theme changes every year, right? And I've been here, gosh, almost 20 years. And so I was kind of trying to go back and remember, see if I could remember all the different themes. There was paws, claws, scales, and tails. I don't know if you remember that one. And then there was one's dragons, dreams, and daring deeds.
I am that old that
That was early on.
Remember Pennsylvania Patchwork, which was
Oh,
all
see,
yeah.
that was before
oh
my time.
that was in the 90s. It was all about like Pennsylvania, which was really interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, this year's theme is All Together Now, and it celebrates kindness, friendship, and unity. So we're really excited about that. If you have not yet registered, you can certainly do so online. If you visit our webpage and go to the Kids tab, there is a drop-down menu, and you would select All Together Now, and the registration form is right off of there. And then you would just want to come into the library to pick up your packet, or you can, if you have a printer at home, you can actually print it from home. Or stop in and see us in person and go ahead and get yourself signed up. But we will go for 8 weeks, so we run all the way through the end of July. We have streamlined it, so it's the same program for all ages. You'll get a list of 30 suggested activities, and every time you complete one of those activities, you get to fill out a bookmark raffle ticket to try to enter for one of our fun prizes, one of which is be a co-host on the Check It Out TV show. And I think a lot of kids will get a kick out of this.
I
right?
think it's a great idea.
And especially if there's older kids who maybe are thinking already about a career in media or broadcasting, this would be a great experience. So I don't know who's going to win that yet. I don't even know. I have to see if there's any tickets for that one
I
yet.
love that you have created experiences as prizes for the kids.
So-
I think that is a really
I'm going to see how it goes, and I'm anxious to get the parent and caregiver feedback at the end of the summer.
I think
But
it's more impactful than
I do too, and I feel like impactful and memorable. Like you
Yeah.
will remember that. So other prizes include TP the Library, which we offered as a winter reading prize, and I was very leery to do so. But the girls who won that absolutely loved it. So there's no way I couldn't bring that one back. And the cleanup really wasn't too bad. So TP the Library. Lunch with a librarian, where you get to pick the librarian and the restaurant, and we'll take you out to eat. A private art class. A lot of fun prizes to go for. There's no limit. You don't have to do all 30 suggested activities. You can if you want, but that's not a rule. And you can repeat activities. So one of the activities on here is to visit a new park or an old favorite, right? Or pack a picnic lunch. If you do that next week and then you do it once again in July and you do it, then you get to fill out a bookmark raffle ticket each time. Okay, so you can definitely repeat ideas. We try to make a lot of the suggested activities tie in with the theme of kindness. So, things like make a yummy meal or dessert and then make a surprise drop off to someone's house, right?
that's
How
so
nice.
nice.
You just show up on your neighbor's doorstep with a freshly baked batch of cookies, right? Or you show up at grandma's house with a home cooked meal, something like that. Clean out your closet and donate some old clothes and old toys. Stop in and donate to one of our selected charities. A lot of different ways just to kind of, make not only our community a better place, but make the world a better place, right? It just takes one small act of kindness. That's right. So, and then of course there's reading activities tied in there as well. Read a biography on someone who's made a difference. Read a book on a culture that is different than yours. Then some general ones like read a book outside, read anything you'd like for 1 hour. If you need suggestions, we have some displays already upstairs, so you can visit one of our displays or ask one of us recommendations. We're always happy to do that. And we also have book trailers available on the YouTube page of our website. And I was going to actually highlight two today. These are 2 young adult books that I have not read yet, but my staff has. And I'm looking very forward to maybe having this be one of my beach reads because they both look really good. Radius of Us and Going Dark. So check them out. sometimes like to read YA material.
I really
as well.
enjoy
I do too.
novels, especially for written for teens. I think that there are, I don't know, purer somehow. There's not a lot of this
Yeah.
adult side stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I really enjoy them. The plots are great. The character development is great.
Absolutely. So those are two that are definitely on my list.
I'll have to give those a try.
Yeah. Additionally, because those were both young adult, so we recommend young adult titles for like 7th grade and up. Sometimes even more mature than that. I would say both of these probably, 8th grade and up. But I also wanted to briefly mention teen book boxes. So when you need an idea of what to read, yes, come and ask us. Check out one of our book trailers and then go find it. But you could also register for teen book boxes, which is like a monthly subscription that we've been offering a little over a year now. You can tell us what you like to read, select your genres, and we will choose books according to that. Or you can just tell us, hey, surprise me, right? Because sometimes it's a lot of fun to try new genres. Maybe you don't think you like fantasy, and then we pull you a couple books that really, suck you in and you enjoyed more than you thought you would. So now all of a sudden you can add fantasy, to your
Reading repertoire.
like it. Yes, exactly. So these teen book boxes, there's a QR code. You can sign up on our website. You sign up. Every month, we will put 2 books in a box for you, along with a little surprise. It might be a bag of Doritos. It might be a box of M&Ms. It might be,
a pencil.
a pack of colored pens. Yeah, something like that. But there's always a little surprise in there too. So it's a fun way. I don't know. It just makes it more convenient. A lot of times, if you don't have the time to come in and browse, or it's just fun.
It's fun. It's like getting something. It's just like,
like-
oh, what am I getting? What am I getting this week?
Exactly. So I encourage all of our teens to sign up for our teen book box subscription. And then we have classes, of course, running all summer long. A lot of our June classes have already filled up. So I'm just going to highlight a few of our July programs, give you a kind of a sneak peek. For families, we have our Family STEM Day on Saturday, July 15th. You drop by any time between 11 to 2, and Miss Megan and Miss Beth always do a very nice job setting up different stations that are all STEM related, incorporating that science, technology, engineering, and math. There's intergenerational bingo happening on Saturday, July 22nd. We had so much fun with this last summer that we're offering it once again, and we expect it to be popular again. So we're also offering 2 time sessions. So you can sign up for the 1 o'clock bingo or the 3 o'clock bingo. This is an all ages program. We welcome you to bring your grandmas and grandpas, aunts, uncles, all ages. And we will be playing bingo together and giving away some fun prizes. And then finally, at the end of July is our Giving Tales Puppet Show. And this is a nice wrap up to our summer program as well with the theme. Giving Tales features 4 folk tales from around the world that share stories all about friendship and generosity. So the show features all different kinds of puppets made by Pittsburgh's favorite puppet makers, Cheryl Capizzuti. I think you're familiar with her.
I have. We had her
A few years ago, we displayed some of her puppets.
Yeah, the big puppet head, the backpack puppets.
Yes, and she does first night every year. She's always a part of that parade. Really, really neat, cool, interesting puppets. So that's for all ages. That's our family programs. Coming up in July for our school-aged friends, we have Lego collaboration. So if you enjoy building with Legos, you can come and take part in a variety of Lego challenges. That's on Tuesday, July 11th at 6 p.m. And on Wednesday, July 19th, we have our Friendship Extravaganza. So Ms. Heather is running this one, and she's just going to be celebrating friendship with all of you, and she encourages you to bring a friend to the program. She'll have several activities and snacks to make sure that you and your friends have a great time. So just come hang out at the library.
And who could be friendlier than Miss Heather?
Right? That is so true. Yes. And then for our teens, we are offering chocolate from around the world.
Oh, my word.
Right? Because what brings people together more than food, specifically chocolate? And I don't know if you've tasted different types of chocolate, like Mexican chocolate that maybe has like cayenne pepper in it or something. It has,
I have.
It's different.
Yes. Even when you get I used to go to England all the time. Their chocolate is much creamier.
Different.
than American
Swiss
chocolate.
Belgian chocolate. So we're going to sample chocolates from all over the world.
Oh, my.
And then we're also going to make chocolate on site right here at the library. We'll make a batch of our own.
Nice.
So that is on Wednesday, July 5th at 3 p.m. And sign language starts in July for anyone who's interested in that. Miss Sarah has taken some classes and now knows enough that she can teach beginning sign language to anyone who is
I
interested.
love that Miss Sarah is always acquiring new skills.
That she is.
She's always looking like.
I
know
applaud her for
wants-
that too, because I'm always curious and I say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do
Yes.
that, and I never really take the initiative or follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that she definitely does do. And
Mm-hmm.
sign language was one. I remember her talking about it, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she started taking classes a couple years ago, and now she very much wants to share her knowledge. So keep that in mind. I guess that's about all that I have
Yeah,
as far as children's.
Just want to remind everybody that the library is closed on Sundays for the summer. So we're closed from Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day weekend on Sundays. So get out there and enjoy the fantastic weather.
Yes, absolutely. As always, if you have any questions on any of the things that we talked about on today's show, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call,
Visit our fabulous website.
or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Happy summer, everybody, once again, and we will see you next month. Take care.